Hello, this is Tux J Smith from Log Farm. I'm going to tell you about the latest wobbegong iteration. So here we go. Just going to give you a brief overview of what it does, and then we'll get on to running the application. So the previous wobbegong, you would run it and you'd end up in a 3D environment, and there were things in the 3D environments you could shoot, move around, have a look at, and when you completed one map you moved on to the next map. I supplied 20 maps, but you could also make your own. There was a level designer, and what you do, you drop your blocks on this level designer, blocks, balls, fire, and you could make as many as you like. So say I supplied 20 of them, and once you finish one map you move on to the next, sequentially like this. What the wobbegong XMP allows you to do with its level designer is create all these maps and put portals on them, as many portals as you like, and you can then move to different maps non-sequentially. That's all well and good. Now there's the internet, as you know. On the internet, a bunch of web servers. You can point wobbegong XMP at a web server and it will load wobbegong files. So that means you don't have to have any files, any maps locally. You can just run them from someone's web server, and then you'd have these maps on their web server, and they'd have these portals, which you can think of as hyperlinks, just like any web browser's web page, and they could even hyperlink to another web server which will also have maps, and so on, all around the web. Alright, but that's all well and good, so let me demonstrate. So what you will download is this file here, wobbegong xmp.zip. So I'll just extract that here. Where are we? Extract here, and we end up with the directory. I'll show you what's in the directory. We've got there's the level designer up there, and this is the file we're going to run. Let's minimize that. Up here at my command line, java -jar wobbegong, and we end up with this thing. We start it, and I don't supply you with any maps. So what you got is a flat, empty landscape. Say flat, got some hills. There's nothing else going on there. It's just empty. So if we hit, let's do the web thing. If we hit the T key, we get the command line. We type hash http www//logfarm.net. Now what it's doing is it's gone to my web server, or my web space, and it's looking for a file called startmap.wob with a capital M. Once it's found it, it loads the map, and it also downloads all the assets for the map in a single zip file, and it'll only do that once. It won't do it every time you log on to logfarm.net. It gets the zip file once. And now, so what have we got here? We have got a rendering of logfarm.net web page, but in a 3D environment. Just head off, and nothing has physics. All these objects, I've deliberately not given them physics. The level designer allows you to give everything physics, but by not giving them physics, I don't lose anything. It just means you can't move them around. If they had physics, you'd be able to shoot them. Space key shoots, by the way. Shift key, left, right, shift key moves you up and down. Arrows back and forward. left and right, rotate, and S and D, strafe you left and right, slide you left and right, whatever. Now these are all the applications I've got listed on my web page, but I've created some 3D blocks to emphasize. I don't know what I'm doing. Where are these 3D images from? What's that? There's a wardrobe, that's a washing machine, and that's an oven. Well, Blender. You use Blender to create these specific 3 objects, and then you export them in Blender to Ogre 3D, and then you can just drop them on your map, add them to your map using the level designer once they're exported to Ogre 3D. These are just standard blocks in the level designer. I've just given them a 1x1 dimension and added a texture, a cardboard texture, which you do very simply in the level designer. You supply the Blender objects, and you supply the textures, and you just add them to the level designers where the level designer can find them, and it will make them available to you for the level designer. This is something called Grey Hat. It's one of my applications. These are the characters in the game. So moving on to characters in the game. There's another application of mine. It's called Bubbles in a Cage, and blah blah blah. You can see what I've done. I've just made this pretty thing. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to down the bottom here, beyond G for jump. So, right down here, I was talking about portals. Here's one. Portals look like this currently. It's this blue flame thing, and it says on there map portal scrapyard. So we walk on that. Loading map. Wallop. Currently, it seems like a good idea to bounce people into space when everything is loaded, just so it gives everything time to land itself and settle itself. Right, on this one, this one's got baddies. This map, and it's quite easy to add baddies. Any object, one of those bricks could be a baddie if you want. It's literally a checkbox that you select, and it says enemy. So let's shoot some of this thing. You can shoot all this stuff up because they've got physics. The other stuff didn't have physics. I didn't want people to shoot it up. This one, you can shoot whatever you like. Now, the idea of this game, or this particular map, is if you look at the top, it says remaining loot 19. Once you get rid of all the loot, or pick up all the loot, these pink things, the exit to the next map will be displayed, and it'll be another one of those blue flamey things. But I'm not going to wait for that. These enemies are going to get me. So what I'm going to do is type t#home, enter. Oh, we're there. Sorry, don't know what I'm waiting for. It's because I haven't got any map. Of course, I haven't got any maps, have I? So we're now back on my local hard disk, and there's nothing here. Not a thing. So here's the question: where's the XMP part of this? wobbegong XMP extended multiplayer. Where's the multiplayer part? Right, about to show you. First of all, though, I can't do it until I have a map. So we're going to create a map. So I'm going to just close wobbegong. Thank you. Now, as I already pointed out in the wobbegong directory, there's this thing here, the level designer, and in the level designer there's just that jar there. I'll close that. So from the command line I go cd level designer. I've just listed it. There it is. Java -jar level designer. Hit enter, and there it is. My level designer. You move it around the screen with this thing. It doesn't have a title bar or anything across the top, because it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. Yeah, whatever. So all I'm going to do now is just create a simple map, and it's just going to have this red thing down here that I just clicked it. A fire right smack bang in the middle. I'm going to add a spawn point as well, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to click that. You get these properties here. You can see spawn point. Commit, close. We've now got a spawn point, we've got a fire, and I'll push this green button at the top right here, and it's going to take me to, right, what, bear with me a second, I'm just going to pause it. Okay, so what I wanted to do was get to my desktop and the wobbegong directory, right? So I'm going to save this as, we're going to go in the wobbegong XMP directory. As you can see up here, there's a game dir directory. If we double click in there, these are the zip files, by the way, of the assets that we've just downloaded. We're not going to, we're going to create a map called start map. It will automatically add a .wob on the end of it, by the way, but so it's just called start map, look, you see, and I've put it in game dir, which is in the wobbegong XMP directory. It's just going to be in the root of that, in the root of game dir. So if I save, you can't see it because it's off the screenshot, but it actually tells me that it's been saved and the title of the application. Alright, so we can close that now, and you push that red one, it's gone. Bye. So back up in my command line in the top left corner here, I'm going to type java -jar wob, enter, get wobbegong back again. Don't forget we added a spawn point now, and there it is. We just landed on this spawn point, and we've got a flame. There we are, there's our first map, start map, which is all cool. Now why am I telling you this? It's because in order for other people to join us on a LAN, this is where the XMP currently comes from, it's all LAN, you have to have a start map .wob, and so in order to enable people to connect to this particular game, you type t# server on, enter, and up here it says LAN wobbegong XMP server active on port 7654, blah blah, to turn it off, # server off. Right, so what I've got to do is go to another computer now and connect from there, so it won't be a second. Okay, so the other guy's joined from the other computer, and he's over here, and there he is. This is what you look like. I know it's all a bit, bear in mind this is just a starting, right? This is just a you know, I don't know what stage you'd call this this application, but it's all functionally there, but I'm just getting it together at the moment. Now, okay, so I'm going to move the character so you can see him move. Oh, right, why has it got that strange number above it? Well, that's going to be your character name. It's unique. It's milliseconds. It's just a milliseconds of him joining, her joining, and you will be able to add your own name there. But right now, that I'm just uniquing the usernames, and that's what you get. So let me bounce the guy up, down, or something. Hang on. So what you can do is shoot you. So if I shoot you, well, you can shoot him. Why not? You shoot him. Where's he gone? He appears. Oh, he's appeared on the spawn point where you might expect him to, and he's fallen back down on the spawn point. So not too much fun there. But so depending on the complexity of the map, you could both explore, but you can also do this, right? So what else can you do? If I, from the other client, I'll one of the commands that might be useful to you, if you type #cls clear screen, right? So from the other computer, I'll just send some chat text. there you go. He's just sent us some chat text, and all you do is you type hash. You just type T. Sorry, not hash. Type T. So you get this command line up there, and just type whatever you want. And you both see the chat text. Anyone on that, anyone connected to this here server will see that text on this map, I believe. Oh, I can't remember. It might be the whole server. It might just be this map. I can't remember. We're gonna have to work together to figure all this out. Well, that's it really. I think that's as far as I've got. I hope it's a teaser. And I really need some feedback, and I really need some suggestions. I'm just going to continually work on it. It just seems the possibilities are endless, especially the website of it. So people can create their own wob pages on the web, and people can connect to people's web servers. The thing about the web server, logfarm.net is hosted by GoDaddy for free. It's because I own several domains with them, I suppose, but they just give you an option for hosting hosting your web pages for free. It doesn't, so the idea of owning your own or having your own web space is not expensive in any way, shape or form, providing you have your own domain. Which is what which also isn't very expensive. You pay something like I don't know what, £20, €20 a year, maybe €20 every 2 years. It's very inexpensive to have your own domain. Well, there you go. Right, enough said. Expect more. What will happen next is I'll probably just upload the zip file. There's some verbose stuff I need to take out, some verbose stuff that keeps printing itself on the command line, so I'll be taking that out. But in the next few days I'll put the zip file up on the web page. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.